This video will provide a general overview on how to get started using the Family TreeXcel Tree Workbook. For more specific instructions on any of the options, please visit the Family TreeXcel website and click on Help. All Family TreeXcel files will be delivered in a zip folder. To properly install the files, first download the zip folder via the instant download link or the link sent to your email. Once downloaded, right-click on the zip folder and choose Extract All. Then select where you want to save the directory to. Be sure to save the files onto a local drive on your computer and not onto a cloud storage drive like OneDrive. At this point, you will no longer need the zip folder. However, be sure to save it, as you can repeat this extraction process as many times as you wish to create multiple trees. The extracted folder and all of its contents are referred to as the directory. Inside the directory, you will find a series of subfolders and one Excel workbook file. You cannot rename or rearrange any of these subfolders or their contents, as the macros rely on their position and default names to work. The details of each subfolder can be found on the Help website. You can add folders and files to the directory. You can also rename the Excel workbook to anything you want. Be sure to move the entire directory if you ever move its location or to another device. To get started, you will open the TreeXcel workbook file. This file is a macro-enabled Excel file. Therefore, you must enable macros by clicking on Enable Content when prompted or through your Excel Trust Center settings. How you enable macros will depend on your version of Excel. When you open the workbook, you will begin on the Tree worksheet. Be sure not to rename, add, or delete any worksheets in this workbook. The Tree worksheet is the primary sheet you will use to add people and access all other options. The Tree worksheet is protected, so all data entry must be done through any of the input form options. All worksheet options can be activated by double-clicking on those respective cells. Initially, you will only be given a few options to choose from. Start, which will open the primary input form to add your first person, and Import, which will give you the option to import a JudCom file or data from an existing tree workbook. The import options have their own dedicated help videos. So to begin, for the sake of this video, you will double-click on Start. Double-clicking Start will open up the primary input form to add a person's details. All people input forms will have 3 tabs to enter name, birth, and death details. You can click the buttons or use the tab and enter keys to navigate the form. Most input fields and options on this form should be self-explanatory. If not, you will notice a black square with a question mark on the form. Clicking this will take you to the dedicated web page for step-by-step guidance of that option. These direct help links will be found on just about every option if you ever get stuck. Your input will automatically adjust to your current font settings when you save, so you do not have to worry about case-sensitive input. Once you enter the person's details, you can click on Save to add them to your tree. This will also unlock all the other options in the workbook. All of these options can be accessed by double-clicking on them. The first person added will become the primary person on the worksheet. The primary person is the current focal point and will always be highlighted in yellow. Their immediate family will be displayed on the tree worksheet. All family options will be respective to the current primary person, as well as other options like charts, profiles, and research workbooks. To build your tree, you will add the current primary person's immediate family members by double-clicking on any of the respective family options to add those details. The input forms for family members will have the same 3 tabs and layout, making the input process universal. Input fields will also autofill with previously entered values, so as you build your tree, input will become much faster. Family options also have keyboard shortcuts by using Control, Shift, and the underlined letter. Each person added to your tree will be given a unique ID number. These are automatically assigned and start at number 1. This unique ID number will be in red and is used on all charts and indexes. Some displays will also show the person's parents' unique ID numbers. A father's ID will be in blue and a mother's ID will be in purple. Once you're done adding immediate family members, you will make someone else the new primary person and repeat the input process until your tree is built. To change the current primary person, you can double-click on a person's name or their unique ID number. You can also use the Home and Find options for quicker navigation to more distant lines in your tree. You can also add an unrelated person at any time by double-clicking on the New option as you did to start the tree. Profile photos can be added through any of the input forms or by clicking on any of the silhouettes on the tree or chart worksheets. I find the latter to be much easier. Once added, you can re-click on the image to crop the photo to the ideal aspect ratio for charts. Copies of any photos or media files will be made and saved into the respective subfolders when you add them. None of your original files should be affected in any way by Family TreeXcel. That way, if something goes wrong, your originals will be unharmed. Don't forget to save your tree workbook often to avoid data loss in case something goes wrong along the way. This was just a very brief overview of the file to get you started. For more specific details on charts, sources, profiles, and all the other options, use the direct help links and check out some of the other Family TreeXcel YouTube videos. If you still need assistance, don't hesitate in emailing me or posting questions below.